After watching Paul dominate the European scene for so long, we finally get to see the elite level players from the US come to Europe and a true showdown will occur. Is Paul the hard favorite? Let's get into it. So right off the bat, we have to talk about how Paul's season has been going. Obviously, he had a pretty weird start. There wasn't really too much going for him besides an early win at the New World Championship, which obviously he won because he wins anything associated with Worlds. But after that, it was basically a dry spell, except for a 6th place finish at LVC. Definitely not what you would assume the GOAT to be doing. And then we get to the Estonian Open, which was the first European event for Paul. And I don't know if it was just him being jet lagged, not loving the course, whatever the situation was, but he ended up being 31st in a field that was definitely not top tier. So I definitely thought that might spell some bad things for Paul, but knowing him, his resilience, he does not give up. But it was near lights out for the rest of the European tour because he won 4 out of 6 events. It is slightly interesting to note though that at the Konopiste Open, Paul did end up 12 strokes behind Niklas, which I just do not expect to see because Paul was playing so well and he has been playing very well after that event. So to see him falter semi-strong is a bit interesting, but disc golf is such a 50-50 sport. You might get some lucky tree hits, you might not, and that's just kind of the way it goes. And I am sure that Paul has a lot of stuff going on when he's in Europe, and I'm sure he's dealing with stuff with the foundation, so he has to be a very busy guy, even though this probably feels slightly like a vacation for him and Hannah. But the true testament to Paul's skill has to be last weekend at the PCS Open. With a totally stacked field, we finally get some true parity with these European events, and I did not foresee Paul dominating in the way that he did. He was actually behind a couple of strokes, I believe, during the final round, but it was just total domination for his final round because he got 13 under, clearing the field by 5 strokes, and I thought James Proctor was really going to run away with it. So to have Paul not only be behind a couple of strokes, but to have him win in such dominant fashion is a true showcase of his level of skill and that weird switch that he goes into when it is game time, final round, and he absolutely needs to get strokes. And during his press conference for the European Open, he had some very interesting things to say that I did think added to this overall vibe that he is not going away anytime soon. He has that elite level mentality. Even in his later years, when people kind of count him out, they call him washed, they call him totally out of the game, but he just fights back again and again.
Can I throw as hard as, and put as much effort as someone like Eagle McMahon on forehands or backhands? Yeah, of course. Like back in 2008, I actually won the world distance competition, but that wasn't going to help me win tournaments. I felt like that was just going to put more stress on my body. 85% or 90%, I'm going to be throwing it 500 feet, and that's really what you need on these courses. We play some golf courses where you might need more, but as we've moved to those golf courses, you see a lot more injuries to these players. It's weird to say, but disc golf shape is a real thing. Walking these courses, throwing so many shots, and just pushing through some little things is key. And then, just figuring out, learning your body and figuring out when to stop. I've been going through some things with my game and just trying to get better because I still have a long career ahead of me. So I'm okay with messing up a couple tournaments here and there. But I got the Worlds. So.
And it was very interesting to hear him open up about how he is doing with distance and how he may not necessarily love all these long bomber courses in the US and that he has to conserve a little bit of power here and there, but he still gets easily 500 feet of distance, which is mostly all you need. And it really helps him prevent injury, which I just love to hear that he's very aware and concentrated about these matters that so few players put such a high priority on. And it is truly what I believe to be the future of the sport. We have to take care of ourselves a lot more than what is currently happening because you have people like Gavin that are just elite throwers, but they have a shoulder injury, they're out for a season or two, and then they're just not quite the same. And then you have people like Eagle that also had shoulder injuries, and it just doesn't feel right when they come back because they're trying to be so safe and not truly able to throw their normal throwing distance. So it gets things really out of whack super quick. So having any injury is hugely impactful for the duration of a player's career. So it really matters that you stay focused, healthy, and aware of your body because it is a very tough game to play week after week if you're putting a lot of strain on your body. And I think a very important thing to note with Paul's PCS is that he was just totally dominant with fairway hits and circle one putts. I think this is the bread and butter of what the European Open is all about. Obviously, there's a lot of elevation change, so that definitely plays into it a little bit, but if you can hit your fairways, hit your putts, then there really is no way that anybody else can beat you. And I know that Eagle has a very good repertoire at this course, but I truly believe that if Paul is able to play his lights out gameplay that he's been playing these last couple of weeks, then it might be a 5 to 7 stroke win, which you do not see in a major, and we have not seen it in a long time, especially coming from Paul. So I would love to see that, but I'd also love to see a neck and neck battle throughout the entire duration of this European Open, because I know that Niklas is fighting tooth and nail to get this win, and not only that, but the rest of the US competitors. So it is just a matter of time before we get this amazing battle. I am so stoked. Obviously, I'd like to see the full field. I would love to see Simon being represented at this event, but that's just not the world we live in. But it is still a very good field strength. But I think we will definitely get some great disc golf. Let me know if you guys think that anybody else can tackle McBeast. I'm thinking no, but it could be some craziness that occurs. We might get some totally unexpected winner. We'll just have to see. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Wild Runs signing out. Peace.